In this first week of Advent, we focus on hope. Like the faithful men and women of old, we wait with anticipation for the coming of the Messiah, not only as we experience his presence and answered prayers, but also as we look forward to his promised return. God's people waited in longing and hope for the promised Messiah, trusting God's faithfulness despite darkness and uncertainty. They held on to God's promises in the midst of rampant sin and unbelief, even among their own family and friends. God's people began to behave like the cultures around them, so much so that without the yarmulke, you could not tell the difference between God's people and the world's people. But the faithful few believed unwaveringly, hoped that God's light would come. They held fast to the scriptures that foretold their freedom from bondage and decay. Scripture: the people walking in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in the land of the shadow of death, upon them a light has shined. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Isaiah 9:2 and 6. We too live in a world that sometimes feels dark and uncertain. Just as God's people waited with hope, we are called to live in expectation, not only for Christ's return, but also for his presence in our daily lives. When light shines in our darkness, God resurrects our difficult circumstances, healing and delivering us. But we too must hold fast to the scriptures that bring forth God's promises and not succumb to the darkness of our surrounding cultures. But what is hope? Hope is not wishful thinking. It is not merely an abstract concept. It is a lived experience expressed through our actions. In the past, because the wise men hoped for the coming Messiah, they were positioned to hear God and to look for him. When the angels spoke to the shepherds regarding the Messiah, they put feet to their hope by going with haste and searching for Mary, Joseph, and the baby Christ. We put feet to our hope when we trust God to do what he has said he would do in the midst of our circumstances, and when we honor God in what we say and do. What we do not do is worry. Worry is not hope, nor does it point toward hope. Indeed, worry points toward despair, hope's antonym. Hebrews 10:23. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess. As we close, remember that this season of Advent invites us to pause and remember what it means to wait expectantly, trusting that God's promises will come true. As we wait for answers, for breakthroughs, for comfort, or for peace, remember too that God is faithful in the waiting. The birth of Jesus is proof that God keeps his promises and brings light into our darkness.